Hello everyone, welcome to a brand new series on the channel that will be known as Pokemon Moveset Guides and Analyses. We will be obviously doing two series, one for the Smogon metagame and one for the VGC metagame. And today I'm bringing you guys Mega Alakazam in the Smogon Sun and Moon OU meta. Now obviously, as you can clearly see, this is going to be a PowerPoint format. I was originally going to do it on like Showdown, just kind of showing you guys some damage calcs and everything that I thought were relevant. But the problem I was having with it when I was like trying to record it was I prefer to have it in PowerPoint format, so while I'm talking, I'm not completely like going, oh shit, what was I just talking about beforehand, and going on and repeating myself. Versus where a PowerPoint for me, I can organize my thoughts and make it into something that if you guys are wondering or want to see it, I can put it into a Google Doc. So I thought this would be easiest for me. But without further ado, let's go on. So first off, why use Mega Alakazam? First off, I feel personally that Psychic types are really good in this meta. I don't know why. Just do. I really like Alakazam in the fact that, you know, it is a strong Psychic type. 175 base special attack, 150 base speed, and 105 base special defense are really good stats, especially for a Pokemon that has really lackluster HP and defense. It really makes up for that lack of HP and defense, and having those nice high stats, meaning that, hey, not gonna get fucked all the time by things that are, you know, faster, right? Special wise, especially if you're looking at stuff like priority moves and everything. So it's really nice. Good setup. The Calm Mind itself is really nice, in the sense that, you know, you get the +1 in special attack, +1 in spit def, and really boosting from there is really good, as well as the fact that you do have something like recover. So if you are trying to play with a set like that for some reason, you're basically giving yourself a lot of outs, in the sense that, you know, not much is really going to touch you other than on the physical side. Amazing type coverage and Dazzling Gleam, Energy Ball, hidden power of whatever type you really feel like you need. Really good coverage just to beat the things that will beat it in the long run, which I'll be discussing in a little bit. Great support move pool. I know it says good there. I really like its support moves though. Taunt, Encore, Disable, again Recover if you really wanted that, Thunder Wave as well. Giving it a lot of really solid utility overall. As well as, in my opinion, one of the most broken abilities now, which is Trace. Now, I know some of you will be thinking, oh my god, Trace isn't that good. Sure, it may not be that good in the context that if you switch into, say, like, a Tapu Koko or a Tapu Lele, it's not the greatest. But in the context of weather, where if you trace Swift Swim from, you know, Mega Swampert, you know, Kingdra, Chlorophyll from, say, Venusaur potentially, you now have the extra speed Sand Rush from Excadrill, right? Meaning that you basically outspeed everything until the sand is gone, or the rain, or the hail, or the sun, whatever. Even then, tracing Beast Boost. Oh my god. I can actually account for you guys the number of times I've won a battle because I've traced Beast Boost from something like a weakened Celesteela. Hell, even the number of times I've traced Soul Heart on Magearna, and I've won solely because Magearna's been whittled down so quickly. And switch it in, I switch it in, get the Soul Heart, kill it, bam, it's gone. I get the +1 and I can sweep from there. Really fun ability. Obviously, again, switching into, you know, electric Surge or Psychic Surge isn't great, but getting abilities like Intimidate from Landorus and weakening it a little bit can really help. As well as getting, say, Magic Guard back, so Toxic isn't really going to do anything, or, you know, Will-O-Wisp isn't really, like, taking that residual damage isn't going to help, and especially if you're running into, like, Unaware Clefable, really nice if it's an Unaware Calm Mind set. Getting that so it's really not being able to boost up in your face. But let's move on to the first set, which is 3 attacks and Taunt. Now, max special attack, max speed, 4 Spadef, 4 defense, really up to you. The 4 defense will help you more against just some physical attacks in general that, you know, you wouldn't necessarily be able to live in the long run, but really it's up to you. I always just go straight into Spadef anyways, but defense will work better. Timid Nature, obviously, so you can outspeed everything, so you can outspeed stuff like Mega Lopunny and Mega Manectric. Psychic, Focus Blast, Shadow Ball, and Taunt. Psychic is definitely its best stab option, as you can see in the important notes section there. Psyshock is nice. The problem with Psyshock is it will not hit as hard as a Psychic will. If you're going against like a more physically defensive Pokemon, like say Garchomp, Psyshock's not going to do as much as a Psychic would. So even going against something like Zygarde, it's the same kind of idea. It's not going to be doing as much. Focus Blast to hit stuff like Ferrothorn for super effective, as well as any other potential Steel type like Bisharp, and Dark types like Bisharp. Chansey for whatever minimal damage it will take as well. Shadow Ball, just really nice. Deals with the Psychic types, Latios, Mega, and Chansey. Where their main idea is that it's about like mostly all status. So Chansey's obviously gonna carry like something like Seismic Toss. Toxapex carries Scald. So you're forcing them to attack you, and you can then switch into something that's going to beat it, like say Gastrodon for Toxapex, and you know, Gengar for Chansey, just as a random example. But moving into just some other options here. I know that was a quick transition. Really didn't care about like the whole transitioning part. Substitute is really good for dealing with Bisharp and Mega Mall while Sucker Punch. It's very niche. We'll get into some partners later, and I'll explain why Substitute isn't necessarily a great option. I feel like Substitute was the best option for it in Gen 6 to deal with Bisharp, but I don't feel like Substitute is the greatest. It's alright on this set, but I'd much rather have Taunt. HP Fire can definitely go over Focus Blast if you don't want to risk the heavy chance to miss, because it definitely deals with Ferrothorn and Mega Scizor much better, much easier as well. So adding on all that extra shit, the extra damage, the extra chance to actually KO Ferrothorn, or get a lot of damage off on Mega Scizor, really appreciated. Dazzling Gleam, really nice for dealing with Hoopa Unbound, especially upon switch-in, as well as Mega Sableye upon switch-in as well. While it doesn't necessarily do the most to Mega Sableye, it's still a really nice option to have in that situation anyways. So it kind of forces it to recover, right? So then you can get a switch out into, just as an example, Magearna. So that way, you know, you can Volt switch out as you know it may want to, protect against the possible Flare Cannon coming its way. And Calm Mind is really nice for late game boosts when Sucker Punch users are gone. So let's say, you know, a lot of your opponent's physical attackers are dead, maybe there's only one left, and it definitely cannot kill you with one hit. You Calm Mind up, and then you proceed to sweep. in the late game. Not necessarily, again, the best move. I'd rather have even, say, Hidden Power Fire over Focus Blast, Dazzling Gleam, maybe. I have this as a harsh maybe over Shadow Ball, but again, I prefer Psychic Focus Blast, Shadow Ball, and Taunt. So, just some damage here. Just kind of looking at the Calyx, I decided to go over 5 just Mons that I feel are really, really big in this meta. Ironically, Mega Gardevoir got sent down to UU, so this Calyx isn't exactly the most up-to-date. I actually made this 2 days ago? This PowerPoint 2 days ago, and Mega Gardevoir was still in the tier. But either way, Mega Diancie, 2-hit KO. Like, everything, as you can see here, is a guaranteed 2-hit KO, whether or not it's after leftovers or not. It's always a 2-hit KO. If Alakazam can eat the hit, as we'll see here, if it can eat the hit, it can 2-hit KO. Magearna, I think, will be a special case in the sense that if it's Assault Vested or not, but once again, even Kartana, if it's Scarfed or not, Landorus, if it's Scarfed or not. And mind you, as you can see here, Kartana and Lando are with the 4 defense as well as Medicham. Again, really nice option, because with the 4 defense, 0 attack Lando cannot kill you with an Earthquake at all. And Mega Medicham, that was just thrown in there, because just to show how frail it is. The second set, Substitute Calm Mind. Same EVs as before. Again, 4 in defense, easily the best option there. Now, this isn't even the most optimized EV spread either. If you really wanted to, you don't necessarily need to run the most, like, all that special attack. I think that you could definitely put more into HP, more into defense, get a lot more out of that special attack. Because again, you're running Sub Calm Mind. In the cases where you do get a sub up, you do get a Calm Mind up against, say, Ferrothorn, maybe you don't need all that special attack to kill it, right? So, and even if you somehow trace Beast Boost, it's kind of whatever. Psychic Focus Blast, Sub Calm Mind, standard. Psychic Focus Blast hits everything for either super effective or neutral. And even if something is hit for, like, not very effective, like, the higher you get, like, in special attack boosts, the more Focus Blast or Psychic will be doing. Again, Sub Calm Mind, really good for beating Bishop and Mawile. Get that sub up, they're definitely going to attack you. So, and especially when they know that you got Substitute, they're definitely going to start attacking more anyways. So, beware of that. Now, do I think Sub Calm Mind is necessarily the best set? No, I really don't. I think that this set is very matchup oriented in the sense that you need to find, like, the right team to play against in where this will actually work. Mostly because, again, it's a set that really relies on setup fodder, right? So something like Celesteela as an example. But Celesteela, especially if it's like max HP, max Spadef, sassy nature, Celesteela eating those hits, and unless it's weakened, even if it's weakened, it's still eating those hits. So again, this set can be used. I don't necessarily think it's the greatest, but try it out if you really want. So, partners here, Magearna, Zapdos, Landorus Therian, Tapu Lele, Terrakion, Keldeo, and Celesteela. Those are just 7 really fun partners. Magearna, definitely a great special attack sponge with an Assault Vest. I personally think that is the only Magearna set you should be running with Mega Alakazam. Just from what I've tested and everything. It's really good. It's a great switch into Latios. It's a great switch into Keldeo, Ash Greninja, like Protean Greninja. It's just a great special attack sponge. A defensive Zapdos really helps sponge physical hits, as well as a great defogger. I've also found that in the matchup of like a Veil offense, you may find that you may want to go like a bit more speed. To be like a max speed timid Suicune, so you can Toxic it and kind of force its hand a little bit. Even then, toxic things like Zygarde as an example as well. It's also really, really nice. I just want to mention this again, at using Discharge to paralyze Shift Gear Magearna, especially with Calm Mind, so take that into consideration. Lando T is great at setting up Stealth Rocks. It also beats Tangrowth, which is really, really solid with Supersonic Sky Strike and other Zapdos with Continental Crush. This is very dependent on the Zapdos. Some Zapdos are more defensive in nature, others are more offensive. Be careful of those HP ices and definitely scout for that. Tapu Lele, really nice, sets up Psychic Terrain, prevents priority, as well as giving the boost to special attacks for Alakazam. So that means like those Calyx I showed you earlier for the damage that Mega Alakazam deals, it's going to be doing even more. So you don't necessarily need to rely on stuff like hazards or prior damage all that much. Get Tapu Lele in, and bam. There's so much damage to be done there. Terrakions really, really nice in the sense that Swords Dance beats Mega Sableye and Clefable with Continental Crush. It can beat Tangrowth as well, kind of. I say kind of because Tangrowth would have to be weakened through something like Toxic from like Landorus or Zapdos. So be aware of that. But it does beat Chansey at +2, so that's a really nice thing. Because Mega Alakazam doesn't really deal with Chansey all that well. Keldeo can beat Chansey and Mega Sableye with Self-Calm Mind. Mind you, the only times I've ever really seen Mega Sableye and Chansey together are on Stall. So beware of stuff like Clefable as well, in which, unaware Clefable absolutely just beats Self-Calm Mindset. And Celesteela, probably the best special and physical sponge for Mega Alakazam. So, and yes, I will fix the typo I've just noticed. Wait, is it? Yeah, there is. It says physical tackles. It's attacks. I apologize. So, really, in conclusion, what do I think about Mega Alakazam in the OU, in the Sun and Moon OU meta? It's really good. I think that it's underappreciated for what it can do. It's really good in the weather matchup where you run into like Tyranitar, Hippowdon plus Excadrill, Zardois plus Venusaur. Again, the Hail matchup is really, really solid if for some reason they bring Hail. As well as the Rain matchup. You definitely can win the Rain matchup. Very strong, especially under Psychic Terrain, so again, makes it twice as good in my opinion. And you have to give it the proper support to be at its best. So I may not have put something like Ferrothorn there, because Ferrothorn isn't necessarily the best partner for it, right? But setting up something like Spikes, Stealth Rock for sure. Makes Alakazam a really strong contender in the OU tier. And honestly, I really like Mega Alakazam in that sense. It plays really, really well. Again, the matchup is key. If your opponent's got, say, a Tapu, they can play around the Psychic Terrain, especially since Tapu Lele does not have anything to get around it. And right now, especially against its Stall matchup, Stall I don't think will be very good for very much longer, especially since Dugtrio's Arena Trap is being suspect tested. So do be aware of that overall. But Mega Alakazam, looking for that ice cream. Big ass beard. It's strong. It does damage. It's a late game cleaner that you can definitely rely on when priority users are gone. Even if Psychic Terrain is up, you just absolutely demolish them in general. So, with that all being said, guys, I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, comment down below as to some other sets you think could be good. As well, leaving some like EVs and everything. If you want to try and make that sub-calm mindset better, definitely try it. Try and see what EVs work for you, or what EVs you think will work best. Otherwise, I will try and remember to put this in a Google Doc at some point if you guys want. Otherwise, the Showdown Live for Mega Alakazam will be coming out a little later today, hopefully. I'm trying to make the team that I've built over the past couple days a lot better. The OU Suspect Test for Arena Trap is going on, so if I'm playing a little weird, it's because of that, and I'm trying to figure out the sets and everything. So, once again, that all being said, guys, I do hope you enjoyed the video. Until next time, see you guys later. Peace.